Hey. Welcome to the Real Talk podcast, where we will have chill conversations about life and talk about relatable life experiences, share tips, wisdom, and truth. The truth. Hoping that this will be a great reminder and shift as we walk through life.
No one needs another, I would say nga sa teens, no one
Wow.
needs another Selena Gomez.
Ready ka na ba with the questions?
I am. I hope so. Young people, don't do that.
Shopee or Lazada, di ba, whenever we get a package, parang first 5 minutes that you open it, sobrang excited ka kung ano laman.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like somebody with purpose. That's why.
Hello guys! Welcome back to the Real Talk podcast. So today, we will be talking to the youth naman. So the title of the podcast, as you can see, is Better Than TikTok. So what is better than TikTok? And so today we have a very special guest who I feel like can share a lot of things about her youth and how she encourages the youth right now. So we have today Pat on the other side of the screen. Hello, Pat. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Super
Hi, Faye. Thank you for
excited.
having me.
Oh yeah, of course. I know that this is gonna be a meaningful conversation. So ready ka na ba with the questions?
I am. I hope so. Girl, actually, I was reminiscing yung past ko. I was like, oh my gosh, should I tell this story or not?
How did you spend your high school life?
Yeah. How much time do you have ba? I'm just joking. Pero ano, I'll make it short. And I don't know. I'm not really like a wild person as per se.
Mm-mm.
Like I didn't have like any wild stories. Pero I think I've done so many things back in high school. I had my highs and lows too. I was an achiever. Like I
Mm-mm.
would strive to be at the top and to participate in quiz bees,
Yeah.
competitions, all throughout high school. Then I made sure that I was part of the class officers list. So talagang mag-run ako for like I don't know kung secretary, treasurer, presidency, lahat
Yeah.
ginawa ko. And
Competitive.
super competitive like all
Right.
throughout. Pa-participate ako diyan, yung mga productions, mga plays,
Oh
join
wow.
numerous
Yeah.
clubs here and
Mm.
there. But you might think, isipin mo, oh my gosh, Pat, wow, parang ginawa mo na lahat. Pero in reality, I wasn't really investing on myself.
Wow, that's
Kasi,
so good.
di ba, kasi when you're a teen, you go through a phase. And I
Mm-hmm.
had so many phases in my life, both good and
Mm-hmm.
bad. So,
Yeah.
I thought I was trying to figure myself out.
Mm-hmm.
Pero I think, in general, I just want to be relevant and
Wow.
maybe popular or important. You
Mm-hmm.
want to be seen, you want to be heard. So
Mm.
what my friends or classmates do, I do,
Mm-hmm.
even if I'm not passionate about it or
Okay.
interested about it. 'Di ba? Kasi
Right.
I think at that time I just want to be part of the crowd. I remember
Mm.
um, getting into the volleyball team, even though I didn't like the sport.
Oh my god,
um,
that's so
yeah, I
hard.
was. Oh, like because I just actually the reality is I just want to wear the jersey and strut the jersey around, di ba? With your last name on it, and then
Yeah.
I even chose my crush's number, like yung jersey number niya, minash ko pa sa.
Girl.
So I was not in it for the game or the
Yeah.
sport. Gusto ko
Mm.
lang talaga yung jersey. Ay, sorry sa notifications. Um, notify.
No worries.
Um, yeah, so I swear I was just in it for the jersey, and I know I wasn't bad, but my teammates were just really really good that I
Mm-hmm.
didn't do anything. And
Mm-hmm.
looking back, then I think it was such a waste of time because I could
Mm-mm.
have done something I enjoyed. And
Wow.
it's not for the lack of trying. It's not for the
Mm-hmm.
lack of trying. There was one time where I wanted to join the school band. The
Okay.
Yeah, so I auditioned for the drums because I like doing the drums. I
Really? You
wasn't
know how
good,
to
pero
play? Really?
not
Oh,
now.
wow.
Before, I practiced talaga before.
Okay,
Not
okay,
now.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I practiced. I think it was the snare. So I
Mm.
practiced playing for the snare section, but they'd rather put me on the lyre section and the baton twirlers. Because
Yeah,
babae ako. Ako lang ata yung babae doon
girl.
sa
Mm.
audition. So ayaw nila sa akin. So ginawa nila akong baton twirler. And
Mm.
sobrang pissed ako. I was so pissed, but I still joined kasi nandun yung crush ko.
Crush is
Kaya
a
dun
big
ako,
deal back
yeah.
then.
So, sobrang like, di ba, kung saan yung crush mo, dun ka eh. Ganun ako. Admittedly, so sobrang embarrassing pero ayun yung totoo guys. Yung mga
Mm.
listeners, young people, don't do that. Huwag niyo
Oh,
follow yung crush.
na parang you're doing it because andun yung friends mo. Do you feel like it's
Mhm.
more on peer pressure?
Not really, there were times na peer pressure
Mm.
talaga.
Mm.
Um, most of it was, I just want to be relevant. I don't want to miss out. Kasi the others are there. Like, I want to be there. Like,
Yeah.
that,
Wow.
that looks fun. I want to be there, but not necessarily I want to do it. Pero
Mm.
those were the stupidest things that I've done. Hindi yun.
Mm.
Yung mga stupidest things that I've done were because of peer pressure.
Mm.
Um, I think I'm the kind of person that back then pa rin, even before bata pa lang ako, ayoko uminom. I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like drinking, I don't like smoking, even though my family is big on that. Like they drink and
Mhm.
they smoke. Pero
Mhm.
for me it's ew. Pero there was one time where all of my friends, like all of them and some group of guys,
Yeah.
na popular guys, daming pogi. So, ako, even though I don't
Drinking.
like I don't like their lifestyle. I
Mm.
still go with them. Although
Mm,
I
okay.
didn't leave at the time.
Right.
I still go with them kasi I don't wanna miss out. 'Di ba? You
Mhm.
don't wanna miss out. You don't wanna be left out when your friends tell stories. Uy, well, natandaan niyo ba yung ginawa natin? Oh my gosh, that was so
Mm.
fun. And you're like,
Right.
ano
Ano
nangyari?
daw?
So you're not in
Right.
it in the conversation.
Oo.
Yeah.
Get.
Talaga, hindi, wala. Well, I don't want to miss out. Pero at the
Mhm.
same time, it wasn't a good environment for me. There were times that I was so close to like giving in, and
Mm.
there were things that I was not proud of doing
Yeah. Yeah.
then because I was in an environment where it was just not good. It
Mm.
was a bad environment. So that's that. So
Yeah,
ganun.
actually the same. I can relate, super
Mm.
relate. Like I want when you said that you want to be relevant, that's also my feeling back then. Na it was all about social acceptance. Not I wanted everyone to look at me with alam mo yun, with affirmation.
Oh yeah.
'Di ba? That's all I'm after. Really. And like you, I did all the dance troupe, I did the college, this is college. Kasi high school, I didn't parang joined anything. I was super introvert. I don't know, ano, parang I have few friends, siguro 3 friends. That's it, up until third year. And then fourth year, I thought that people are just trying to, ano ba yung tawag doon? Pinagtre-trepan ng classmates. That's why
Ah, yeah.
they voted me as a muse. That time, it started na I thought that I'm already valued. So I felt like performing already. So fourth year high school up until college, I've joined so many yun, theater, band, dance troupe, parang lahat ng production that I can join. I have set in myself na I should be like you, yun nga, top of the class lagi, parang dapat lagi kang nasa top 10. Kapag hindi, parang ang term is ang bobo. I felt that, yun nga, sabi mo, relevance talaga. And sabi mo din nung una na you thought na you're doing it for yourself, tama. But
Yeah.
you're not really investing. That's how I felt na I am super duper empty inside and I don't know why na I keep on doing so many things. I'm so tired, but at the same time I don't feel like I'm satisfied. I'm happy. I'm happy in a way kasi parang 'di ba yung short time ng satisfaction that you'd get from those adrenaline. Pero
Mhm.
after, wali. As in, empty. I feel like a lot of youth nowadays can relate kasi nga, like, especially with the social media, TikTok,
Yeah.
'di ba? Para everyone's trying to get millions of views, thousands
Yeah.
of views. But I feel like after you'd get thousands of views on social media, after that parang rise, after ma-fall ka pagka yung susunod na post mo is walang ganong
Yeah.
kadami, 'di ba? Ayun, how about your college days? Same ba?
Oh, college was worse.
Okay.
Wait lang. Like, college was I think it was such a wreck for me, but also like a wake up call. Kasi
Wow. Wow.
college, I entered something that I'm good at. Like, kasi again, we were talking about diba, earlier kung ano
Mhm.
what I took up in college. So I took
Yeah.
up computer engineering,
Mhm.
and it's not something that I'm passionate about, but it's just something that I'm good at. So
Mhm.
I think it was a constant stream of um, people telling me, "No, you can do this, you can do that, you can only do this and do that."
Yeah.
So I just settled for something that I know. So ayun nga, all throughout college, kasi I entered in the best, I think at that time, at the best computer engineering program in the country.
Mhm.
So I was privileged enough to be able to enter that, but at the same time, again, I'm not passionate about it. I'm just good at it. There's a difference.
Yeah.
So the study culture is very like rigid, like super grabe. As in yung ilang oras lang yung tulog ko, girl. I'm not gonna say where, kasi baka may
Yeah,
mga
yeah.
mag
No, 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 no. Don't na. Wag na.
yeah. Nasa college ako, pero I entered that college. I know that college has the like reputation for being very like hard, and it was
Mhm.
really hard. There were
Yeah.
times na I would only sleep for 3 hours kasi I was studying because my knowledge and even yung study ko kasi sometimes I just study like 2 hours and that's enough for me back in high school. Like I get
Mhm.
good grades from it. But in
Mhm.
college it was so hard. I have to study like up until like 3 a.m. and then
Oh my God.
and I would still get a failing grade. Like it was the first time naranasan ko magkaroon ng 5. Like super
Gosh.
yan na let down ako. Like I did everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Ba't ganito yung test? 2 question lang. Ang hirap pa.
Get,
I
get.
failed. So, like, super, like, downhill from there. Kasi nga, I'm so used to being good at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Na nasa top ako.
Mhm.
I had good grades before, but now, like, I'm failing. I feel like such a failure talaga. And
Yeah.
also, and again, yun nga engineering school, 'di ba? So, mostly dominated by boys. Yung environment lang, it was just not for me because
Mhm.
puro boys and I'm not
Yeah.
used to be with boys. And it's there's a difference kasi when you're with boys and with girls, 'di ba? So,
Yeah.
I was exposed to stuff that I'm not proud of or
Mhm.
nakapunta ako kung saan-saan and
Mhm.
places that I parang sketchy, mga ganun kasi nga I go where the crowd is. Kasi yung sa
Mhm.
block namin, ako lang yung babae, girl. Actually, dalawa
Literal?
kami. Oo, dalawa
Weird.
kami. Yung isa may girlfriend, ay may boyfriend. So parang
Mhm.
ako lang nag-iisa. And then I met then my ex doon at that time in college ako. So yeah, parang 'di ba, studying I'm failing na and also being exposed to things that
Such things.
I wasn't exposed to back in
Yeah.
high school. Now
Mhm.
nagkaroon ako ng so much awareness about the world and the world doesn't seem as it is.
Right.
Like, kasi you have this idea of what the world
Mhm.
is. But when I went into college, parang, what? Mga tao ganito?
Yeah.
Boys are like this? Like,
Mhm.
it wasn't such a good environment for me. So, hindi ko
Mhm.
na-enjoy. Basically, I didn't enjoy my course. I didn't enjoy the people that I'm with or the culture
Wow.
that's there in my environment. So yeah, downhill from there in college. I did
Yeah.
my best in the situation, pero again, it wasn't the college dream I was dreaming of at that
Mhm. Yeah, actually, super agree. I can also relate. Sabi ko kanina, di ba, I was trying to pursue, always, I was striving to be in the dean's list. Tapos nung mga semesters na hindi ako nakakakuha ng award for Dance Lister. Wala, talagang super devastated. Parang yun nga, like what you said, na you're doing your best, pero bakit ganon? Wala, kulang. Kulang pa din, di ba? Sobrang frustrating niya and sobrang yun din, tiring. And actually, same. College, hindi mo naman makokontrol people that you're around. Kahit na
Yeah.
siguro even if you choose or not choose to be with them, but you will be exposed to
Yeah.
what they are talking about or the things that they do. And totoo, like what you've said na I'm also exposed to those kind of things na akala ko ganito yung world pero iba pala, 'di ba? Sobrang
Yeah.
awakening siya for me and in a bad way and in a good way then. Did you ever felt empty despite of all the achievements and recognitions that you
Oh
had?
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Because those medals, certificates, or the recognition that you get
Yeah,
is just a form of validation. Just like you said, diba? Validation is fleeting.
sure.
Don't get me wrong, diba? You
Mm,
work hard for it,
yeah,
so good for you. Be proud
yeah,
of your achievement, but it won't give you lasting joy,
so
diba?
good.
So ask yourself this: if your joy means getting achievements and recognitions, how would you
Mhm.
feel when you fail? That's the
Wow.
question.
Yeah.
How would you feel when you fail? Because the reality is, someone is always going to be better than you.
Yes.
Even when you're at the top of your game,
Mhm.
someone's always gonna be overshadowing you.
Yeah.
Young people, listeners,
Mhm.
someone's going to be more smart than you, stronger than
Yeah.
you, prettier than you, more talented than you, more confident than you. So,
So true.
yeah, you shouldn't base those things, yung mga trivial joys, kasi
Mhm.
those are counterfeit talaga. Those are not true joy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there were times that I felt empty because just as you said earlier, Nana, it's just for a moment, like a moment of happiness, then wala na.
Yeah.
Naka-placard, nakalagay na lang siya sa wall mo or
Mhm.
nakatago yung mga medals and recognitions mo. And then yun lang. Diba?
Yeah.
It's forgotten.
So let's go naman to the changing season. So
Mm.
what changed and who helped you change during those times? Or when did this happen?
Hmm. I think, ano ba? It was back in 2019. So early 2019, around
Mhm.
February, a week from my birthday. One of my friends invited me to church. So for the record, I'm Catholic. I was Catholic. So I didn't really have a relationship with God. I know of Him. I know of Jesus, but I didn't have a relationship with Him. I thought I did, pero hindi.
Yeah.
It was super superficial. So
Mhm.
I found a great church, which is favorite church, and the community was great, and they've encouraged me with my walk with Jesus because I was getting to know Him, and luckily I got saved that same year on April, and he
Wow.
changed me. Like he
Yeah.
really changed me.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, we were talking about nga yung the joy, di ba? Back
Yeah.
then talaga, of course, I was still in college, so yung ano ko, downhill talaga. My college career, sabi ko parang my life is not heading to the direction where I wanted it to be. And
Mhm.
I felt like my life doesn't have purpose. Kasi nga
Mhm.
parang I feel so stagnant because I'm
Mhm.
not doing what I love and I don't know the reason why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So when I found Jesus, I found purpose talaga. I found meaning in life.
So good.
And I found true joy. Ano,
Yeah.
that story, I think it was in Jobs. Zofar said, si Zofar, sabi niya, I forgot the exact verse, but he said, the joy of the godless is but for a moment. So
Wow.
the joy that I had, I think I had,
Mhm.
um, it wasn't that. It was counterfeit, just like I said before. It's temporary. But
Yeah.
then when I found Jesus, I found like true joy in Him. Like um, even though na my life wasn't in the direction that where I wanted to be, or
Mhm.
hindi ko na-achieve yung mga goals ko at that time. Pero I
Yeah.
had that joy in because of Jesus. Yeah, because of Him. Kasi He's my joy. He's my joy talaga. So when I found Him, I things in my life just started aligning, and
Mhm.
I clarity in my future and with my
Mhm.
purpose now. And it's to glorify him in everything that I do. Whatever that I do. Yeah.
Yeah, super good. Alam mo, the first time that I've met you, that was 2019 and I didn't know. I don't know what month, pero I just knew you back then as someone who's so encouraging, who's so sweet. I think that's just a reflection of how you encountered the kindness and love of God after your encounter. Parang it automatically radiated na dun sa personality mo and all that you are. Is there anything or any message pa that you wanna tell to the youth?
A lot of things, pero
Mm,
nowadays, because I think young people, they conform with the world.
yeah.
So they try again, like I was
Mm-mm.
before, we were before, we try
Mm-mm.
to stay relevant and we don't want to miss
Mm-mm.
out.
Yeah.
And but it's much better to miss out on the world than rather than miss out on God. Because
Wow.
God can do it. Doesn't mean that the world does it, that you have to do it. Because not
Yeah.
everything you see in the
Mm.
media or in social media or with your kung sino man yung idol mo, if it's Olivia Rodriguez or Selena Gomez, doesn't mean yeah, I don't even know like what they're doing right now. I don't even know Olivia Rodriguez, but I would hear every single time
A
from my
lot
teens
about her, right?
a lot about her. It doesn't mean that what they say or what they do, you have to do it as well. It doesn't
Mm.
mean that it's good for you or it's the truth.
Yeah.
You yeah. Again, people would tell you how you should feel and how you should act,
So
but
good.
there's a reason why God, Jesus came here. There's a reason why we have
Yeah.
the Bible, we have the gospel. It's actually our, I would say, sa teens ko, cheat sheet yan. Cheat sheet to have a good life, to live a
Yes.
righteous life. Kasi
Mm.
to live a righteous life is to have joy then. Have joy. Kasi
Mm.
God is putting boundaries around your life and would prevent you to be in places where hindi mo magugustuhan, that you would regret
Yeah.
like me, kasi I wish I've known those boundaries before.
Mm.
So para hindi ko maranasan yung mga naranasan ko and the hurt and the pain that I've gone through when I was still young. So there's
Mm.
a reason why God wants to commune with you. But there's a reason why God wants to have a relationship with you. It's because He loves you and He doesn't want you to feel lonely. He doesn't want you to feel pain, although
Yeah.
it's inevitable for humans, pero at least it will be easier.
Yes.
Because Jesus is there.
Mm.
And He is your joy. I would say nga parati na He is the true joy.
Yeah.
In Him, there's joy.
For
Not in
sure.
our circumstances, not in the medals, not in the likes, not in
Yes.
the reacts or the number of views. So yeah, don't have to copy people. You know, no one needs another. I would say nga sa teens, no one
Wow.
needs another Selena Gomez. Kasi that's
Yes.
a or yeah, 'di ba? Kasi that's such a dull notion if lahat pare-pareho kayo. There's a reason
Mhm.
why you're
That's so
unique.
good. Mhm.
Yeah, you're unique. So don't conform, don't copy other people. Find find your identity in Christ and you will
That's so
see.
good.
He will
Wow.
use that he will show you how unique and how beautiful you are. And I've learned that past
Mhm.
past my teens. I wish I've learned that when I was still younger, but
Grade
again,
school.
just as
Yeah.
you said, there's a reason why
Yes.
God let that happen, and I'm
Mhm.
thankful for it. And I was able to, you know, go
Well,
through
it's
this.
true. Yes,
I can
that's
talk
so
to
true.
the young people who's listening right now.
Yeah, actually, guys, if you wanna DM Pat, DM Pat on Instagram, maybe, maybe. uh, pero
um,
yun din, I feel like one reason why also youth don't want to, parang natatakot sila of relying to God because akala nila yung rules and boundaries are tough for them. It just proves na like what we've gone through, ako and si Pat, na it's really not that tough. Kasi yung pinagdaanan namin before, yes, we regret our decisions before, but yun nga, it still had to happen so that we will we've seen all of those, and then right now it's an encouragement for us to do all the things that we're doing currently with the boundaries. I just wanted to tell you guys, the young people out there, that every single time that you would decide on something on your own, and you felt guilty about it, and you felt shameful about it, tapos on the other side you would think that God's boundaries and rules are tough, we can prove to you na when you bound, or when you lean on those, the rules but God's love, best way to describe it is God's love. And because
Yeah.
you know it in your heart, because He speaks in your heart. If you would just listen and just go with what He's saying in your heart, then it will save you from all the things that you shouldn't feel, all the things na you're feeling guilty about.
Those people who feel lost, diba? And
Hmm.
I just,
Correct.
while we were talking, I just got a picture of like teens who are just so lost, don't know the
Yeah.
purpose of life, don't know who they are. That's the
Mm-mm.
thing. They don't know who they are. And I just want to say na, and I'm like me, even before I had so many aspirations. I want to be this, I want to be that. First
Yeah.
and foremost, you are a child of God.
Wow.
Say so much so much things that you want to be get validated of na, wow, you're galing mo naman, ano ka, architect ka or doctor
Mm-hmm.
ka. But first and foremost, you're a child of God. And you
Yeah.
don't have to achieve those things in order to
Yes.
gain His love and His
Yeah.
validation in this world
Mm-hmm.
that craves for validation, to be seen, to be felt relevant.
Yeah.
First and foremost, you are a child of God, and He loves you even before you do anything. You don't have to earn His love, and that's
Yeah.
such a parang, oh my gosh, God, I'm so parang undeserving naman ako. Pero that's the reality eh. He
Mm-hmm.
loves you even before you've loved Him or even achieved those things.
Yeah.
So if you're lost, if you want to know who you are, learn to be
Yes.
how to be a child of God, and the
Oh
rest
God.
will follow. The
Yeah.
rest will just follow. I swear.
Mm. Yeah, tama yung sinabi ni Pat na, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to achieve anything. The only thing that God wants from us is our yes to Him, 'di ba?
Yes.
And our heart, our intentional heart of really surrendering. Kasi that's where the shift comes from talaga. And
Yeah.
also pala, if I feel like hindi lang mga teenager yung makikinig nito until the end. So what's your um words for adults, young adults siguro na lang. Yeah.
Word for young adults. I think it would also parang pareho lang din with the teens. Kasi
Yeah.
even me, like, gosh, I'm gonna disclose my age. I'm 23. I'm young. Kaka-graduate ko lang ng college. And I had this, like, yung mga friends ko, they're already, like, buying houses, buying,
Wow,
yeah,
really?
oo, like, may land na sila, they have cars,
Wow.
they have
Mhm.
careers, and I'm
Mm.
23.
Yeah.
Kaka-graduate ko pa lang ng college. Like, I
Mhm.
feel like, ahead sila, and ako parang, nahuhuli ako. I just
Mhm.
want to encourage you na, um, God's timeline is the best timeline. You don't
Wow.
have to, don't compare.
Yes.
Don't compare yourself to those people because and also kasi hindi mo pa nakita yung pains nila. Kasi
Mhm.
they go through birth pains in order
Right.
to achieve those things. But again,
Yeah.
focus on God. Be faithful to Him, and the rest will follow. Diba? Seek His
Yeah.
seek His kingdom, and then the rest will just follow. Will be added onto you. So,
Mhm.
and also as well, I said before na those things, the car, the land, the house,
Yeah.
um, those are not lasting. It will give you happiness and security in a
Mhm.
sense, but it doesn't give you joy. Joy
That's
talaga
so
is
true.
be with
Mm.
Jesus. It's
Mm.
in Him.
Yeah.
So, have a relationship with Him. Not a shallow one, not a superficial one
Wow.
based on your emotions.
So
Have a
good.
true relationship with Him, and
Mhm.
then the rest will just follow.
Yeah. Yeah, naalala ko kanina, 'di ba sabi mo, you're waiting for, a package from the delivery guy. Parang na-relate ko lang na, like how we get kunwari, package from Shopee or Lazada, 'di ba whenever we get a package, first 5 minutes that you open it, sobrang excited ka kung ano laman.
Yeah.
Pero after siguro hours of having the item, you will just feel, okay, yun na yun. 'Di ba? Parang
Ka-
sometimes, yes, it's necessary, but you would even feel na, ala, sayang yung pera ko, ganon. Pero, all I can say to the listeners who are young adults or siguro adults right now na, if we feel that way dun sa mga bagay na binibili natin online, guaranteed na with God, you won't feel that short-term happiness. But
yeah,
not even happiness eh. Like what we've been saying, it's the joy, it's the peace that's
joy.
oo, that's supernatural. Hindi talaga namin ma-explain, pero we wanted you also to experience the same thing kasi ang hirap lang na we are experiencing that and then other people would suffer and still be on the same thing over and over, 'di ba? So yeah, that's my message. Can you share to us how God really changed those experiences to where you are right now?
Yeah. Kasi when I'm not saying like I'm all knowing, pero
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know how everyone like the old people would say na, oh, I've been through that.
Mm.
Literally, I've been through that when I got into the ministry with the young people. When I get to know them, I just have this kind of calling from
Mm.
God now.
Wow.
Kasi if I would go back, I would have done things differently, but that didn't happen, and that
Mm.
happened for a reason. And the
Yeah.
reason is my testimony will probably, like, I hope and I pray that my testimony will change someone, like change the heart of a young person, that I have gone through this. I've been
Wow.
through this.
Yeah.
I wish and I hope na Jesus was there at that point in my life.
Mhm.
And you're so blessed. I would always say to my di ba, I'm leading specifically grade 10
Okay.
teens,
Yeah.
girls. So I would tell them na you're so blessed to have a community like this where na you have fun, like we have fun in youth, like so much
Yeah.
fun. But also
Really?
they
Mhm.
would align you and direct you to God, to Jesus, in whatever that you do. And we have such a encouraging community, and I wish when I was younger I had that community, because
Mm.
with my environment, walang ganon. No one was encouraging me.
Yeah.
My friends, like for example, I had so many aspirations
Mhm.
when back then when I was in high school. Again, I was trying to figure myself out. So I
Mhm.
wanted to do like different stuff. I wanted to be a lawyer, but then one of my classmates told me na, hey, it would take you 10 years to achieve that. Like a lot of money from your parents, and then you
Mhm.
would defend, baka mag-defend ka pa someone who's guilty of something, tapos pag nanalo ka, and then that's in your conscience, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm not going to be a lawyer. Then
Mm.
next naman, on to the next dream, I wanna be a librarian. Sabihin ng mga tao around me na, um, you're
Walang
not gonna earn much from being
yeah.
a librarian, di ba?
Mhm.
Magiging,
Mhm.
ikaw yung magiging lolo na may glasses na
Mm.
parating shh doon sa library, di ba? So parang nakakatuwaan mo yun. It's like, I
Mm,
love books,
mm.
pero I wanna earn well then, ganyan, ganyan.
Yeah. Yeah.
At that time, I thought that having money as well would give my parents joy then, and
Mm.
for me then, kasi I would buy everything that I want. Pero I was so
Yeah.
mistaken back. And then dreams after that, no one encouraged me. Everyone was shutting down my aspirations, and I
Mhm.
didn't have that community.
Mhm.
So for me, like my calling is I wanna encourage the young people, especially because there's no guarantee that their parents or their family would na may strong support system, because
Yeah.
even me, I didn't have that strong support system. Like they would let me do what I want, but
Mhm.
they didn't really encourage me or direct me to my future. So
Mhm.
walang direction talaga. And
Yeah.
for teens who are always in social media, they absorb everything talaga. Especially
Actually.
this pandemic, 'di ba? They
Right.
would everything that they would see, kung ano magte-trend, dun sila susunod eh.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
my calling is to really encourage them, the teens, letting them know, hey, I've been through that,
Yeah.
and um, and I wish that Jesus was there, and
Mhm.
so I would direct them to, and pray for them. Like, talaga, prayer really works, and I've seen like God changing some of the hardest hearts of a teen. He would
Yeah.
really change his or her
Mhm.
life, and
Mhm.
that's such a privilege to see and to witness,
Right.
for God to change this young person who's already changing the world, changing a generation, even
Mhm.
first generation Christians. Sila yung first Christian sa family nila,
Family.
and it's such a big thing. And ayun, just so thankful then for I don't regret now what I've been through, because at least I know, and I have the parang burden to really push for the teens to have a better life,
Mhm.
uh, diba? A better life with,
Yeah.
while they're still young, diba?
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's so good. What he said dun sa dulo na God let those things happen. He didn't put those things, situations in your life for sure. Kasi if people are so skeptical na 'di ba God can heal your heart and then bakit niya hinahaya or bakit niya ginagawa yung mga bad things in our lives. I just want to say it out there na God didn't put those things in your life but he just let those things happen kasi yun nga like what Pat said, it just had to happen so that
Yeah.
nandito siya ngayon where she is right now as an encouraging ate to the youth. I know that for Pat also, it's not never been easy, but it's um iba talaga eh. It's super unexplainable with the love that you get when you get to experience all of those things back then, di ba? So, yun. Kasi siguro sobrang vague nung pinag-uusapan natin for them. We were talking about God's love and siguro iniisip nila na ano ba to? Oo, alam na namin yan. Sobrang cliche na yan. Pero can you share to them a specific situation where you saw God's miracle and God move talaga through that situation?
Yeah, actually a lot. Pero one that stands out, there was a teen who is suicidal.
Hmm,
Like,
wow.
kasi, it's sad, but the reality is not all families are perfect.
Yes.
No family
Yes.
is
Super
perfect.
agree. Yeah.
Super agree. But I would say nga, ayun nga, because of the lack of attention, lack of
Mm-hmm.
encouragement,
Yeah.
emotional abandonment, especially here in the Philippines, gosh, we're so afraid to talk about what we feel with our family.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi you have this fear of, sabihan ka, nag-iinarte ka lang, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
So there was a teen who's suicidal, who was
Mm-hmm.
already calling out to her parents, but hindi siya pinakikinggan. It was so sad.
Yeah.
Um, she stumbled upon a favorite youth
Mm-hmm.
from social media. She was just scrolling through Instagram, and at the time she was suicidal, and
Mm-hmm.
she found the community there, and she was so shocked because the culture that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't We would say it's favorite youth culture, but I would say it's kingdom culture.
Yes.
And so we're the culture that we have is so different from the culture that she has been raised off, and also
Mm-hmm.
yung even um sa school nila, kasi nga there's a lot of bullying, a lot of comparisons,
Right.
so much bad stuff, basta bad culture, bad environment, and that she
Mm-hmm.
was just so surprised why a group of people, a lot of teens. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about my connect group or that group of teens that I lead.
Yeah.
Na would be so loving, would be so encouraging, would be so uplifting, and it's all because she realized that we're by the grace of God we were able to walk with Christ and to love other people because that's His command, and
Mm-hmm.
it's an overflow of what we experience, the joy, the fruit, the joy, the happiness, the peace that we're getting from the Lord, and it would just overflow, and sabi niya, like, I want that. And
Wow.
it's not like a one time process na, like,
Yes.
isang baksakan nagkaroon na siya ng revelation. Pero
Oo.
it was a process, and she was able to go through that, and hindi na siya suicidal. And she,
Wow.
when you see her, kasi I'm not gonna drop names, pero
Yeah, of course.
if only you could meet her, she just radiates joy. And
So
I'm
good.
so happy kasi she's leading na rin.
Wow.
She's such an encourager. She's not a
Mm-mm.
negative, kasi pessimistic siya eh, but now she's
Mm-mm.
so optimistic. So she's
Wow.
just full of love and joy from the Lord, and
Mm-mm.
just so happy, like so privileged to be able to witness that. That
I also want to share one experience about that na I was in Favor Girl during that time and yung breakout room, we were with Pastor Kit, ganyan, yung mga English speaking people. And so this young girl, parang nateten siya. So she can't speak straight in English and she can't express herself in English well. After Pastor Kit's parang words, sharing of words during that time, she was just crying. And so while she was sharing her heartaches dun sa breakout room in Tagalog, hindi no one can understand. It's just so amazing how God can move na parang He will just tell you to pray for someone in Tagalog. And that will be a shift na for another person. Shift na of living. Grabe, this girl was crying back then, and then when God parang spoke into my heart to pray for her, and after that she messaged me, told me na she felt freedom daw after, and right now she's serving na in VIP and prayer team. So sobrang grateful,
oh,
'di ba?
so
Sobrang
great.
I really can't detail all the things, but all I can say is if you wanted, and I know that you wanted, I mean, to the listeners, that you wanted to have that kind of shift, that kind of purpose in your life, you know who to go to. Talaga, you know it in your heart. You're just denying it because you thought na it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tougher, but no, actually, it's gonna be lighter. It's gonna be a life with peace. Sabi nga ni Pat, hardships are inevitable, but still, you have that kind of unexplainable experiences talaga with God every single day.
Yeah.
You will not be able to explain it to other people. Wow. Yay!
Yay! That's so good. That's so good.
Super grateful for this conversation, Pat. Anything that you want to say last na for the people?
Um, wait. First, thank you, Faye, for having me. I message you, I was
Of
like,
course.
sige, Lord. Pero,
Wow.
I just want to get it out there kasi, there's a reason why we're having
Mhm.
this talk, and I pray
Yes,
and hope teens or
agree.
even young adults will be encouraged from our talk. And
Mm.
just thankful lang for you and for the
Oh,
listeners here. If
yes.
you're especially the teens, if you're struggling, if you don't know what to do in
Yeah.
this season, especially pandemic, if you're lonely or you're going through something, go to Favor Youth. Wow, plug. Go to Favor Youth, search there Favor Youth, and get
Yes.
connected.
Yes.
We will reach out to you, and we will be more than happy to accommodate you, to have
So
you in our
good.
community, and help
Mm-mm.
you with this season, especially kasi nga, you're all, di ba, nandito lang tayo sa bahay, we cannot go
Yeah,
out and see friends, and
super agree.
yeah,
Yes.
one lang.
Actually, same din with, okay, sige, ito na. Ano din, young adults. So I actually lead a young adult group every Tuesday. So if you guys want to be plugged in into a authentic community, hindi religious community, something out there, a group where you can be encouraged with your walk with God. If you said yes to Him, then, di ba, ang hirap naman to do this if you wanted to be plugged into a community that would really encourage you and who know how to have fun, hindi boring, 'di ba?
Yes,
That's gonna be a favorite church. I lead yun nga, favorite young adult, and then si Pat leads favor youth. So you can just search that on Instagram or Facebook, and for sure our community will be there to to reach out on you and be there for you during this season. Yan! Yay! First time ko yun pinlog, ah.
Yeah,
First
ay talaga.
time. Oo, first time ko siya pinlog.
Yes,
Iyan.
nasegue natin.
Thank you so much, Pat. I really enjoyed this.
So,
Also,
I
I
really enjoyed.
enjoyed getting to know you even deeper. Kasi before, yes, we hang out. But yun nga, like what I've said, it's more of like group setting. But right now, I'm super grateful.
Thank you, thank you. I've learned a lot from you din. Parang pareho din tayo ng pinagdaanan noon.
Yes, actually, hindi ko alam. I didn't know na ganun din
Parang,
pala. Diba? Thank you, Pat. Yun guys, you can listen to all the other playlists sa podcast, Spotify and YouTube. So we will just put it somewhere out there. Thank you for listening to this podcast tonight. Goodbye.
Why do I love God? 'Cause when He loves me, I feel like I'm floating. When He calls me chosen, I feel like somebody with purpose. He changed me, I'm a new creation. He will always be my favorite form of loving. That's why.